It's 9:00. We're gonna fire up a park board meeting. All right, we'll call this meeting to order, June 16th, 2026, Williams County Park Board. Beth, can we have a roll call, please?
Barry?
Here.
Steve?
Here.
Brad?
Here.
Corey?
Here.
Chris?
Here.
Shanda?
Here.
All right, we have a quorum. We will proceed. Item C, financials.
Financial report is attached to your packet. If you have any questions, I will entertain them at this time.
Let's quickly approve the minutes of the May 19th meeting. Apologize for that.
I would move to approve those minutes. Second.
Okay, moved and seconded to approve the May 19th minutes. Any discussion? Discussion, roll call vote, please.
Barry?
Yes.
Steve?
Yes.
Brad?
Yes.
Corey?
Yes.
Bo?
Yes.
Chris?
Yes.
Shanda?
Yes.
Okay, motion passes. All right, now on to the financials. If anybody has any questions, but when you're ready, I'll entertain a motion to approve the financials.
Mr. Chairman, I would move to approve the financial report as presented.
Thank you. Was there a second?
Second.
Moved and seconded to approve the May financials. Any discussion? Discussion. Roll call vote, please.
Steve?
Yes.
Brad?
Yes.
Corey?
Yes.
Bo?
Yes.
Chris?
Yes.
Shanda?
Yes.
Barry?
Yes.
Thank you. Motion passes. Looks like we're on to 2027 budget.
All right, 2027 budget is in your packet. Everything's pretty standard in line with everything we've done, in the last few years. The one change is I do have a higher amount under vehicles. This year we've done really well with being able to use weeds vehicles, and then vehicle from emergency services that they were cycling out, but this year we really kind of some repair expenses really kind of caught up with us. Our repair budget has gone up a little bit. So I do have a little bigger number, 110,000 in for next year for vehicles, looking at potentially purchasing 2 vehicles. Other than that, everything else is pretty standard with what we've done in the last few years.
Okay, any questions for the budget?
Jeremy, are you seeking out used vehicles for 110,000 for 2 of them?
We would be very open-minded to use vehicles. I don't have to have something new. I would anticipate more likely that we would get 2 used, one tonner and 1 3/4 ton, a couple years used. Maybe we'll see. But yeah, I'm not against getting used vehicles. I'm not necessarily looking at 10-year used vehicles, but maybe something from a dealership that's a couple years traded in.
Sure. You know of anything coming up with the other the weed board or the weed trucks or the county trucks or anything?
County Highway just got rid of a few vehicles, but they were all pretty high mileage. I don't know of any other ones coming online.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Weed Board is pretty well vacated most of their 12, 13-year-old super low mile pickups now. So I'm guessing they're good for a little bit, but yeah.
Okay.
Okay, any other budget questions? Entertain a motion to approve the 2027 budget.
I make a motion to approve 2027 budget.
Second.
Okay, moved and seconded to approve 2027 budget. Any discussion? Discussion? Roll call vote, please.
Brad,
Yes.
Corey,
Yes.
Bo,
Yes.
Chris,
Yes.
Shanda,
yes,
Barry,
Yes.
Steve,
Yes.
Okay, motion passes. Easement request, Blacktail Dam Lot 255.
Can you put that map up or picture of that up there? We had a request from lot 250 from the owner of lot 255, Chris and Tammy Nelson, for an easement. They'll get a picture up there. I'm sorry for not having more on it. Basically, what they're doing is there's an old road that you'll see when they pull it up that used to be there, and then there's the new road that goes through. They're looking to make improvements to their property, building a new building out there, and they want to go just a little bit closer to that old road. I appreciate them coming to us and looking into this easement. We haven't had any paperwork written. We haven't done anything at all. This is a request that came up. The reason I appreciate it is we can go out there right now and quite honestly find quite a few people have just done that on their own without getting an easement. So Chris Nelson contacted me and asked me if it was something we'd look at. Just the overhead, the parcel viewer. Yeah, just a parcel viewer would be great. Sorry about that for not having that loaded and ready to go. So either way, I'm not sure I'm not sure I'm looking for a motion today, maybe some direction or some thoughts and how we want to proceed. I'm guessing this won't be the only time. I know we don't want to sell land. Lot 255 would be on the north side there a little bit. Over just southeast of the golf course.
Find my place or Kelly Everson's and just
Yep,
east
you're
of.
right there. You're pretty close.
It's an old. It was the original inner loop road for that area, and it covered 2 lots.
So and first, just as a preference here, we want to keep in mind that those green lines aren't exact. We know that those lines aren't exact. They could be a little bit off as much as 10 feet in any direction. And so those lines aren't exact, but as he said, you can see where that older road went through, which is just right along that green line and then where that new road is. And he's looking for an easement to get a little bit closer to that older road. So like I said, I'm not sure. I was looking for some marching orders in which direction I should go with talking to Chris. If this is something we want to look towards. I know we don't want to sell any land out there. But I also know that, and I know that Brad can attest that no matter how big your property is out there, a lot of your property is in the lakeside and is unbuildable.
Right, and that's a low-lying lot.
Yep.
And so water table is very high right there. You can't go down very easily, so they'd have to build up when they build, and you only build so high in a sense. But if they build back some more, they'll have better.
And
it'll be
they're
better.
not asking to go on it. They're just saying they want to get rid of, what do they, I mean,
They just want to get closer to that. Like I said, that green line isn't exactly right. They want to go up to that old road. So they want to make it.
You keep saying old road, which is the old road?
Right where that arrow is.
Oh, just
It's-
barely on the other
It
side of that
dips
green.
down. Yeah,
Yeah.
That road was kind of made obsolete after a while because it collects snow down there. It sat lower than it should have, and so they rebuilt that other road, keep it from dipping down. Plus, when it floods, when it used to flood badly, that road used to be under flood water. So they built up the road about another 30, 40 feet up the hillside there.
So, I mean, in my opinion, I don't think it's a huge deal breaker for us. As I've said, a lot of people out there, there's been work done without getting surveys done and gone on to Parks property in similar situations as this that stayed on this side or the inside of that road. I appreciate Chris giving me a call and wanted to talk about it. He he was just like, we'd like to try to build something. We need a few more feet. So I haven't, like I said, I haven't talked to Karen about this. I haven't moved anywhere with it other than discussing it with Chris. Just wanted to get your feelings if this is something we want to pursue, or if we would just want to say, no, we're not opening that bag of worms or that can of worms. We're just going to leave it alone. You
Does-
bought what you bought, deal with it.
Does the old road have like a 66-foot road easement or something like that, or just
And it was just built there, and that's what they drove on.
okay?
And that's
Uh,
the Parks Road.
Yes, correct.
So what? I mean, I don't understand why we have a Parks Road there that's not a road. I mean, isn't the other road to Parks Road too?
Correct. I don't
Yeah,
think, I think it's just Parks land that a road used to be on.
Well, Corey, it feeds two lots, two separate lots. So next, if you recall, have you ever looked at Zug's place that should be condemned? Next to where Truckner used to be,
Yeah.
that it fed that lot, and then it fed the lot that Chris bought, and so that's why that road dips down in there. It was to cover both those lots. But yeah, it's not necessarily it's kind of like mine, where mine feeds 3 lots behind my house, and I own all 3 lots, and my home is on all 3 lots. But you have a park board road behind my house. You know, it's my driveway. It's the same thing.
Did we
What
vacate
Chris-
that one?
No,
I didn't think so.
That's what happens when you're the mayor.
You keep talking,
I-
Brad.
I-
Stop.
take an
Stop.
easement.
I don't see any reason why we wouldn't. Whatever does to help that out. I mean, if we need to vacate the easement, is that what they're asking?
Oh no, he wants an easement to be able to have the right to move on to that. Because there's no
Yeah.
easement now, we just own it.
Right, but he couldn't build a structure on that because it's parkland.
You can't,
I don't
but
think
you can't.
but I
Property
think
line 20 feet. 20 feet off the property line. At least that's what Blacktail and the county had when I built. You had to stay 20 feet off the property line on the back side.
So if we get rid of the 20-foot,
You could build right up next to it, which like Blaine Biella did and several others.
You know, where he builds, I mean, it might be a zoning matter though too, because, you know, the county now has these something small lot kind of things, you know, that sort of govern lots like the size of Blacktail Dam. So I don't know if, I guess from my perspective, you should just sort of maybe table this until, you know, maybe have Chris reach out to planning and zoning to see if planning and zoning has anything to do about, you know, what sort of setbacks that he can build on, and really, and then maybe come in through a variance through that way or something would be my recommendation, rather than granting him easement at this point.
Yeah, I would agree. I mean, to me, it sounds more like it. I think maybe we could just say, yeah, we're okay if they want to build, but they have to go through P and Z, and if they need a variance to be able to build up to or in the 20 feet or whatever that is, then it would have to go through P and Z.
Yeah, I guess I wouldn't even say that it's okay, but they have to go through P and Z. I would just say, you know, table it until they talk to P and Z really, and then see what P and Z says about it really. So,
but if we don't just continue to make snap decisions, it's going to make your life easy.
is this where I say I quit? No, I'm kidding.
and I think Mr. Nelson is totally fine with that. I think he was looking for direction as well as I was. He just wanted to know what he could do. So I can, as long as you guys are okay with me moving forward a little bit with this, I'll get Chris and myself and Karen together, and we'll figure out the best route.
Let him know that we appreciate his spirit and attitude and his approach as well.
Yep, will do.
Okay. Just so you know, Karen, you are unfortunate to have a whole board of pot stirrers up here, so we are willing to keep stirring that soup. So,
Well, 4 out of 5 anyway.
yeah. Okay. Let's go to discussion items. Minor subdivision lot at Blacktail Dam.
Stay there. Just go to the west side of the park, right where you leave the campground. That's east. Yeah. Keep going. Little further south. little bit more. All right. So, on the in the southeast corner of that picture there, there's that one triangle. So if the lot or that lot in the southeast corner right there, yep, and that one triangle right there, that's the location of where where they've been approved to build that new minor subdivision. Their plan is that they would have 3 lots out on the south side of that road, and then they would have 1 lot on the north side of that road. I was contacted by a representative of the Roslin family, requesting or seeing if we'd be interested in purchasing that. They wanted me to come with a price, and I said I didn't think I could do that. I did talk to Karen, and Karen said that we don't, as the park board, we don't have the same restrictions as the county commission would have, as far as the county commission has to buy it at fair market value. I don't know that it'd be tough to decide what fair market value is of this right now. Right now, I think if it's zoned agricultural out there, and I think that whole section is $8,000, which works out to be like $500 for a 0.9 acre, which I think that is about. At the same time, I know that they're putting in a residential lot, and if you want to do it compare it to what it would be with all of the lakefront property, with how the assessors go, it'd probably be closer to 200,000. I talked to the representative and once before, and then when they called me and they asked about selling it and if we'd be interested, and I called Bo, talked to him a little bit, and Bo's opinion was that they should come back to us with a price. So I have communicated with that. I told them it would be on the agenda today. I didn't see anybody here from their group here today, but I also know that was late last week, and so they may have other things. But I will reach out and see if I can get the ball rolling before our next meeting. We've talked about this in the past and wanted to make sure you guys knew what was going on. Give you a heads up on it more than anything else.
Does anybody have any thoughts? I mean, I don't know. It's 0.9 acres, but our new trail goes around it, right? Because
Correct.
you knew that it was there, and
yep.
So value to us, I don't really know if there's something you thought we could put there eventually, but what's the board feel like?
Well, I think if we can take it and at a reasonable price, we might as well add to the parks land that's out there. I mean, it's not like it's going to add a whole lot of extra work for taking care of it, and then we do have that spot.
I do, and I will say that they're not trying to break the bank on this. They made it clear that the Roslins are members of that community, have been for generations, and have every intention of being members of the Blacktail community for a long, long time, and support the park and support everything we've done out there. They're not, like I said, they're not looking to get rich off this one plot. They think maybe it is in the best interest that the parks own that, and so.
So one thing I kind of thought is, I mean, if they would maybe be willing to donate it, provided that the park board did something with it. Like, I don't know if that's a place that a special playground or something could be placed because it's close to that trail and fenced off or whatever. But if they would be open to that, I don't know, something creative that we could do with it. But
yep, or put a little trail that would could potentially connect to those lots that are there, that would go right to the playground and then connect up with the rest of our trail. I mean, I'd be open-minded to that as well. But
on that same note, though, would it be advantageous for the board to also ask for complete ownership of the road, so we have less potential issues in the future?
Well, we already have an easement on it that's gone back 30 plus years, I know. So I'm not sure. I don't think we'll have any issues. Yeah, like I said, the other part is we have an easement on that whole land. So, I mean, that whole property isn't a normal road easement. We have an easement on that whole property so really we can just do nothing and they can't build on it. But I don't know if that's the right thing either. Sometimes it'd be nice if the price is right, or if they want to donate it, to just get that cleaned up. So it's inside the road. It's part of the park. It's a little odd otherwise.
I think it's under an acre anyway. I mean, if these lines are accurate, which they are, Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah, it's under an acre. Yeah. Mm-mm.
I think what Jeremy's saying though is clean it up. Then we don't have the same issue we had on the other side of the lake 20 years from now that
100%.
someone else has to deal with that
Yep.
we didn't do our job.
So,
Well,
and I think they're interested in that too. I think it's something we mutually want. So I just wanted to kind of report that to you. We talked about it last month, and I anticipate we'll hopefully have further discussion next month.
All right, concert series.
I just wanted to give you an update. The concert series dates are in your packet, near the back, last couple pages. First one will be July 3rd, Friday night at Blacktail Dam. Pretty excited about that. That band, the Mooncats, they've played at Coda Ray a couple times in the last few years for us, but they're getting bigger and bigger and bigger. They're a bluegrass band right now, so excited to have them. Excited to have them out there. So that'll be our first one. Excited for all of those shows. Just want to give you an update that we're moving forward with that. And then, if anybody have any questions on our concerts? Really excited for it to be at Blacktail.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Blacktail, where is the concert going to be held? I've been asked that several times.
Right at that, we have that amphitheater built ready to go, so it'll be right next to where the new building is going. Actually, they kind of got the ATV golf cart parking looking pretty good. So you can pull up on your ATV or your golf cart and park and watch the show from right there. So yeah,
Nice.
right just south of where the construction site for the community building out there.
So it'll all be ready by then. The grass will be, I mean, it's looking like grass is coming in pretty good.
Grass is coming in pretty good. I was really worried about that. It did not come in well last year at Coda Ray. We were definitely weed eating weeds, big weeds and nothing else. Wasn't even worth mowing. You had to go through and like spot weed eat on it and pull weeds. But yeah, grass is starting to come in really well. I'm hoping that continues over the next couple weeks.
Okay. All right.
Cool. Is like food truck stuff all going to be showing up for that?
I already have 2 food trucks committed to coming. I'm working on a third one that I know that's shown interest. So for sure we have 2. If hoping to get at least 3.
Nice. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Septic fees.
Just something I was wondering if we want to go look into. We know that there are a lot of private residents that use camper that have family that bring campers out there and fill up with water and use the septic tank. I don't know that I'm really interested in like hardcore policing it, but just thinking they're wondering if there would be value to putting up a sign and a pay post and maybe a QR code that says if you are not camping here and you want water or to unload your septic, that there's a fee. I mean, right now it's I guess it's a perk you get for free of living out there, but I don't know if that's right. And I'm not, like I said, I'm not interested in policing it. I'm not interested in putting in cameras and trying to figure out who paid and who didn't. But I'm just thinking if we put a sign out there and say this is what it is, maybe some honest citizens will pay.
I've got a dumb question
Mhm.
because we're out there. Where do you fill with water? Obviously, I haven't done it.
Well, there's water at the dump station, but then there's also water at the fish cleaning station. Either one of those would be, but there's water. There's lots of spigots. I guess we could specifically identify one as a fill up station.
Well, I sure don't see an issue with if somebody's going to dump there. And I mean, I'd be more than happy to make it simple though, because I'm not real techie.
Right. I agree. And I
Yeah,
think
I think that makes
Give
sense.
people
if you're
buy-in.
gonna dump
I agree. Yeah.
And if you're going to fill your water there, you should pay a little. I mean, if it's $5 for a 35-gallon tote, whatever.
It's a
should be
privilege to
something.
stay out there, not a right.
Yeah, right.
Absolutely. No, I think you should. And policing it is policing it. I mean, some people aren't going to pay, but
Yep.
the honest people are going to go ahead and pay it and be happy with it.
Mhm.
Is there a way to do like a Venmo QR code or something like
Well,
that?
I think Venmo might be tough, but I think
Yeah.
that we could. I
I
think
don't
that
have cash.
we could do it through our through our current reservation system. I think that, you know, our parks reservation system, we have a payment module through there.
Yeah.
So I think there's a way we could do it through that.
It'd just be nice for the, ding dongs like me that don't have cash on them ever.
For sure.
Or
I
a
agree with that
checkbook.
too, especially out there. It's not like you're going to run to an ATM and then come back.
Yeah.
Right. So, but if you're okay with that, I'm going to move forward with that, and I'll give you our final details at our next meeting.
Get one of those solar powered cellular cameras there. It might not even have to be activated, but just be like, smile, you're on automatic poo cam.
Right.
Yeah.
Quick question on the dump station.
Yes,
while we're
Brad.
on it. Have we looked at possibly enlarging the entrance and exit on that? I had a couple people who said that their 42-foot fifth wheels are not going to go in there.
All right, I'll take a look. I'll tell you what, I'm really kind of concerned about that T in the intersection. I think that's pretty tight turning in and out of that. I want to look at that a little bit closer, but I will take a closer look at the dump station as well.
Okay. And the last item is, and we can talk about it on the side or at this meeting, but concerning the wires in the ditches at the speed bumps.
Oh yeah, we've been going through and taking them down and replacing them and making them more visible. But yeah, I know exactly what you mean. That'll be all cleared up before the end of the week.
Perfect. Thanks.
Just for everyone else, there's multiple areas out there we put speed bumps on, and then we found that people didn't like speed bumps, so they just drive off the road into the ditch and then drive back up. They'd rather do that. So we put some posts up and some wire up, and then we've been hanging snow fence on there so it's visible. I'd hate for someone to drive into it and not see that wire. So just want to make them visible. We've also started putting up, it's my goal to eventually get that blocked off with snow fence or with split rail fence. 2 weeks ago, we put up 370 feet, and that's going to be something my staff does when we have downtime. We have the ability to do that. So every couple of weeks when we have a day, going to grab, especially the young guys, go put out some more and more and just keep doing. It's going to look nice. I really like it.
Sure looks good. Real good.
Looks like master plan Blacktail Dam.
Yep. There's updates in your packet for the updates we get from JE Dunn. We're moving along well. A lot of dirt's been moved at both the beach and the primitive area at Blacktail. They haven't started. The only thing they've done on the community building so far is get the construction fence or security fence up. But they're kind of timing that out through the concrete guy. The dirt work guy could start right now, but then there'd be a big hole there and they'd just be waiting for the concrete guy. So kind of working backwards. They anticipate starting a week before the 4th of July. They'll start construction on that area, even though they have the building blocked off. Still anticipate that'll be open next spring or next summer when we open. Figure the primitive area will move really fast. I'm going to have that done in no time. And then the beach is scheduled to be done by, I think early to mid September. So both of those are going to move really fast. The building will go into later into the year, into the construction season, but still, like I said, I'll anticipate opening next year. And then Epping Springbrook Dam, they've been moving a lot of dirt there. They've been working fast. They were supposed to pour concrete last week, but the rain we got, hurt the subgrade. So they had to wait to let dry out. But I don't know if they're going to get concrete poured this week, but as long as the weather cooperates, they'll get that poured next week. And that'll just be that first layer and then just go from there. So everything's moving quick there. We are meeting again later this week to get an update for Little Egypt. We got to the point that we're going to send our design to JE Dunn for their first run of pricing so we can see where we're at. And but we continue to work with the Corps in hopes that we will get everything approved through their processes by construction season next year. Otherwise, I think for master plan, that's all I got.
Okay. Go ahead.
Brad, when you talked about the wires, I got a call from one of the residents out there. I think it was 2 weeks ago. about the wires and how they were. And just so you know, I got a hold of Jeremy. By the next morning, they were out there working on it, making sure it was safe and doing as good as they can. And then when the split rail went up, man, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I had a little time 2 weeks ago where I got to go out the trail. They knocked it out of the park. If you haven't had a chance to get out there and get on that trail. And I pretend that I run. Those hills are steep. I did a lot of walking, but it's so, you know, if you get out there, go out in the morning, it is absolutely gorgeous. So I'm just excited. Jeremy, you guys and your crew are doing a nice job out there. Appreciate it. And I appreciate the way you got on I mean, I understood the barbed wire, not
Mhm.
barbed wire, the flat wire and stuff, but I mean, you guys jumped right on it, and thank you.
Those trails are really nice. You get to see views that you've never really seen, even from a boat. You get to see new views out there that you've never seen before. It's really nice. Trails are, I mean, really my favorite thing I've done since I've been at Williams County is how well they've turned out. We still know we got a ways to go. We got signage to put up, and we got some erosion control, and we got to clean things up. But man, they're going to be really nice.
I couldn't make it. I must be 5 or 6 miles of trail, isn't it?
Oh yeah,
It's I went halfway and I turned around and went back because I'm like, I can't make it around here. This is ridiculous.
But I mean so like this coming winter, provided we get snow, I mean that's where you guys plan to do like cross country trails and stuff.
yeah. I don't know that we'll do all of them, but our architect has kind of identified, that the low sun areas, the minimal sun areas, so we can kind of make sure we have snow, because we get long stretches of sun, it just beats down the snow. So we won't be doing the entire thing, but we're going to identify the best areas to do it and have some trails out there. And you don't need, a couple of miles of cross country ski trails is plenty. You don't need 5 or 6.
Yeah, you don't want to try to do those serpentines, those zigzags on those steeper hills.
Well, Steve might want to try to downhill them, but it's an awful
Yeah.
sharp turn.
Just a question on Epping, on that waterboard land on the north side.
Yep.
I mean, do we have plans to try and do I was just thinking like walk-in camping, like if we were to do some sort of tent camping sites or something on that other side. Is that
Not in the short term, but definitely something we'll look
long
into.
term, yeah.
Yeah, I think our big thing with Epping is, getting through construction this year, and then also with them lowering the water next year of the dam, really figuring out what we want to invest for that lake quality. I've really tried to ask everybody I could, whether that's Department of Environmental Quality, our local soil conservation district, the Game and Fish, like what can we do when that water's lower to improve the lake quality? I mean, can we plant some type of cover crops in the what was the lake bed but now is exposed, some type of algae that is or something that will grow, that will suck up those nutrients, that will help the lake quality? Right away, Game and Fish mentioned, we could definitely put in some fish habitat, which is a great idea, right? And we know it's a great time to put in some new riprap. So I think our priority should be with that lake going down. And I'm not against starting to figure out working with the water board to figure out what we can do on that side. But I think first we want to get through the lowering the water level and seeing what we can do to improve the lake.
Okay.
Parks update. The only thing I really have is that we did have a little bit of vandalism at Blacktail on one of the bathroom doors. It looked like someone tried to break in. It's really weird. I asked people that were camping like right next door and people that I know, and it was a Sunday night, and no one saw anything. It's really weird. So we had a weird, like, it looked like someone tried to break into a bathroom, which well, I mean, and I don't know why. There's 3 other ones and none of them should have been locked. So it's almost like, why were you? I mean, there's 2 different spots where there's a screen on the bottom. It looks like they tried to pull that off. And then it really looks like they went to work on the door handle or the doorknob. So I don't really know why. It's frustrating when you put nice new stuff out there and people damage it. But so that's currently damaged, but we'll get it fixed. Otherwise, you know what? Reservation system's working really well. We have a lot of people using it. We're currently all Blacktail, Coteray, and Little Egypt are all booked full for the 4th of July. And really a lot of the weekends. I can't believe how booked Coda Ray is every weekend. Every weekend you look at it and Coda Ray is almost full for the whole summer. I mean, just really, and I know there's a population from Ray that are definitely using that. Groups of, whether that's family or friends. I see a lot of the same names grouping together on those. So that's great. It's getting used a lot. So like I said, Black Hill's a little slower to fill in on the other weekends, on the non-holiday weekends, but I think that's just because it opens so much later. We open reservations for it later, but all of them are just reservation systems working real well. Everything, people are using it. But otherwise, I think that's all I got for Parks update.
Okay. Anybody have any parks questions?
Would we ever think about doing a seasonal at Coda Ray?
I'm open-minded to anything. I don't,
Because off the top of my head, I don't remember how many spots there is there.
there are 14, 15 spots, and then two group sites, which would hold 3 each. So 21. We have capability of 22, including the camp host. 22 RVs could fit down there. And in comparison, when we're done with Blacktail, we're going to have 50 spots for 50 RVs, and we have 5. So I mean, 1 out of 10. So still, like, it's definitely worth discussing. I like that. I like the seasonal camp host just because it gives more eyes on there. Typically the seasonal campsites, my camp hosts aren't the type that are retired and live out at the park 24/7. My camp hosts are people that have 9 to 5 Monday through Friday jobs. Try to take a little more time off because they like being at the lake, but they're not out there full time. So having those seasonal sites out there definitely gives more eyes and more ownership to our parks, which is only a good thing. Just got to balance that with how much of those sites you want to use up.
Might be something to look into for a park that doesn't get used as much as we'd like it to, like the McGregor. Try a couple seasonal ones up there just for the heck of it. But
Game and Fish doesn't let us camp Tuesday or
that's a good
Wednesdays.
point.
But if we had seasonal sites, it might be different because it might be where we, they know who the people are. They're concerned with having people camp on Tuesday or Wednesday. It goes back to those first days of the boom when people were living out there. So, and especially with us getting, now that we have water out there, and then if we, and as we do construction out there, we'll definitely get a dump station out there. So that would make it a lot more advantageous to having seasonal sites out there. And that would be, as soon as you asked that, the first thing I thought was McGregor too, just because, again, that's the park that my guys get to the least, that I get to the least because of the distance from town. And it would be nice to have another set of eyes out there.
Another thing I thought of, totally kind of unrelated, but just keep our conversation going with Waterboard to make sure if there's any additional support they need or whatever. But I think we had talked a while back about like unifying signage for all the parks countywide. So Waterboard parks, maybe if we can work something out on that avenue. But
I think Lindsay tries to do that as we go.
Okay.
Lindsay's all in on trying to make things uniform and making sure that she does a great job of making sure the parks and the water board communicate with each other. And since you did bring up the water board, just to let you know, we have been maintaining those 4 properties we talked about. Again, those are Thompson Landing, Cut Bluff, the Lewis and Clark Boat Landing, and Kettle Lake. The very first time my guys went out, they went out and did the 3 in town, and they mowed and weed eated what they needed to and picked up garbage and did everything. It took Carter and then two of the college kids that work for me, it took them just under 3 hours. So no big deal. And then my guys, when they go to McGregor, they run up to Kettle Lake and clean that up from Blacktail, which is really not that far out of the way. So it's been pretty minimal impact on us. Hopefully we're doing a good job. Carter has been keeping track. Corey's been helping as far as river levels going up and down, because that's one thing that's different that we don't typically do is raising and lowering that boat dock. Oh, but we don't do it. We only do it at Thompson. That's right. Only at Thompson Landing we raise and lower it because the Game and Fish raises and lowers it at Lewis and Clark. But Carter's been paying attention to that so he can raise and lower it. I think he's raised it up twice now since the water's come up.
And as they go to parks, if they see like leafy spurge or weed, do they just let Tom know, hey, we saw this?
Correct.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah. Tom's been awesome. Just recently, we had an area by Little Egypt. It's actually core land, but it would be between the golf course and the river. So when Tom went down and did ours, because we have the section between the park and the golf course, Tom went down there, and then we talked to. But Tom was having issues, and obviously we were too, with that one area that was core land that's just next to the beach that just keeps bringing it onto both our properties. And Tom's guys were already down there, so they said, "Yep, we'll go take care of that little section too." So Tom has been fantastic. He is right on it every time we ask him.
Okay. Any other park questions? This brings us to next meeting is July 21st, 2026. If there's nothing else anybody has, we will adjourn.
Thank you.
9:41.